Okay, good afternoon and welcome to our ISCOF-SEC pre-membership seminar this afternoon. So,
May
aside,
committee, by the way, excuse me, may mga committee chair na nag-attend.
waay ma'am, kita pa lang. And then, si Ma'am Heidi, Ma'am Arisha. Ma'am Heids, panistante.
Sige, sige.
Ah,
Ay, gina-invite ko na sandang, dapat ma-attend sila.
mm-mm.
Kay, siyempre, para ma-update man balak, may mga amendments balak.
Yes ma'am. Okay, si,
May next year, hindi na kuya mag-chair, hindi na kuya mag-chairman sa education committee.
si Ma'am Parakali, Ma'am Ari na Ma'am bago lang. Welcome, Ma'am Parakali. Good afternoon.
Okay lang na siya, Lilaya.
Mm-mm.
Sige na.
Okay, sige. As I've said, welcome to our pre-membership webinar this afternoon. And this webinar is actually done to new members nga masulod sa cooperative. So just because, so that they will know the ins and outs of the cooperative. At the same time, if you have any questions later on, your questions will be cleared before being a member of the cooperative, so that klaro ang sulod ninyo kag way kita problema sa mga policies ka cooperative. So our cooperative is duly registered. Here is our registration number sa SEC. And then this is our vision is this one. As a primary cooperative created to sustain and enhance its resources and services for the socio-economic development of the members through outstanding management, cooperative, and research in order to create a sound and customer-focused service. So we'll not dwell on this, guys, because so that we can, I think this is self-explanatory. So our mission is to provide responsive and efficient service to the clients, of course, kamo guys as members, and to promote a progressive development of its resources. So we also cultivate positive values and exert greater efforts in the transformation of the quality of life of the members. So the purpose of our cooperative, firstly, is to encourage thrift and saving. So that is the main purpose of the cooperative. Kinanglan mag-save kita ka naton savings, and encourage thrift to all members. The second one is to generate funds and extend credit to the members for productive and provident purposes. So that is the second purpose. The third one is to create among members systematic production and marketing. And number 4, to provide goods and services and other requirements to the members. So as the concept of here is the concept and principles of the cooperative based on Republic Act 9520. So this act supervises or supersedes all the things about the cooperative. So let me read to you. A cooperative is an autonomous and duly registered association of persons with a common band of interest who have voluntarily joined together to achieve their social, economic, and cultural needs and aspirations. So this is by making equitable contributions to the capital required, patronizing their products and services, and accepting a fair share of the risk and benefits of the undertaking in accordance with the universally accepted cooperative principle. So the key word for this is equitable. Now let's talk about cooperation, because the root word of the word cooperative is cooperation. And cooperation is defined as an act of working together towards an end. So meaning to say, we all work together so that we can attain our common bond or a common goal. So derivatively, cooperative is a form of business that thrives on the strength in numbers. And it is an autonomous association of persons united voluntarily to meet their common economic and social needs and aspirations through a jointly owned and democratic controlled enterprise. Now, the cooperative principle is based on the values of self-help, self-responsibility, equity, and solidarity. So in the tradition of their founders, cooperative members believe in the ethical values of honesty, openness, and social responsibility and caring for others. Now, let me introduce to you guys the board of directors of our cooperative. So, this is headed by Dr. Salvador C. Baliano Jr., our chairman, and this is co-chaired by Mrs. Marvic F. Catalogo. Other members of the board of directors are as follows. We have first member is Dr. Rose Isliasus. Our second member is Dr. Emilien Biligasan, and the third member is Dr. Noel C. Hinturo. So we have, since we have the board members, let me introduce to you also the different committees of our cooperative since this fiscal year. So for Audit Committee, we have our chairperson is Mrs. Louis Grace Alfior, and our members are Mrs. Jessica Marfield and Mrs. Wenda Panes. For our Inventory Committee, this is headed by Mrs. Catherine Padilla. The members are Mrs. Disney Dacudao and Mrs. Wina Bulnes. For the Credit Committee, this is chaired by Ms. Dominga Aghon. This is the members are Mr. Jolie Alinciaga and Mrs. Josefa Piñol. For the Election Committee, this is headed by Ms. Nelita Elamparo. The members are Mrs. Mary Joy Dapat and Mrs. Myrna Prudente. For the Education Committee, this is spearheaded by Mrs. Marvic F. Catalogo, and the members are Ayan Sugatan and Mrs. Heidi Panestante. So for Ethics Committee, we have our chairperson, Mrs. Rosario Paracale, and the members are Dr. Analisa Lingalan and Ms. Joanne Matutino. For Mediation and Conciliation, this is headed by Ms. Genevieve Garrido, and the members are Mrs. Rhoda Pamposa and Mr. Arnold Montero. For the Gender and Development, this is headed by Mrs. Rosa Ilciasus, and the members are Ma'am Annalisa Lingalan and Mrs. Rhoda Pamposa. For Risk Management Committee, this is spearheaded by Mrs. Emilien Digasan. The members are Mrs. Jessica Marfield, Ms. Dominga Aghon, Mrs. Catherine Padilla, and Mr. Roberto Pingol. Okay, so before we go to, we have also the support staff. This is our full-time employee. We have in our office. Our office is found at the Bagsakan Center in front of the education building. So there you can find our general manager, our bookkeeper, our treasurer, and our loan processor. And for the cafeteria, we have what you can find there is our cashier, our sales clerk, and our cook. So
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me, Yan.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So with regards to the board of directors and the committee chairs and members, no, at present, amo ni ang mga set of officers of the cooperative. But this coming General Assembly, there will be election of the 3 board of directors the 3 will be ending their term. And of course, ang mga committee chairs and other members might be changed, no? Balta kabalo kung sino naman. So for the meantime, amo na ni. Pro next base lain naman, base matingala ha. Matingala kamo. Lain naman. So amo na ni ang inform ko na there will be election on the forthcoming General Assembly this April 24. Okay?
Yes.
Sige.
Okay. So, let's talk about the membership. So this membership is are the people who are qualified to join within our cooperative. So the first rule for membership is number 1. Any citizen residing within the province of Iloilo may apply as member of the cooperative, provided that he or she is at the legal age, which is 18 years old, and shall not exceed 60 years old upon approval of the application. Okay, so this is self-explanatory, no? So 18 years old and dapat hindi siya 60 years old. Okay, so the second rule is any interested person may submit the duly accomplished application form. So these are the things that you need to
Those are the
requirements that you need to accomplish. And this will be presented sa office naton sa Bagsakan Center. So we have the PMS certificate of attendance, which is mabato ninyo after kadang seminar nga dayan, no? So kung hindi ka mo ka-attend ka seminar naton dukaron nga hapon, hindi ka mo matawan ka PMS certificate of attendance. Okay. And of course, one requirement of this is for you to fill up later on the link for the attendance after our the webinar karon later. So the second one is the Barangay Clearance, which you can get in your barangay, sa barangay ninyo. Then you must provide two pieces 2x2 ID picture. And then you must accomplish the appointment service record for employed applicants. Or kung businessman ikaw, your updated business permit for businesses nimo. If you are a farmer, then you must provide the certificate of farm location. So, di nyo da mabuol, tuyaman gyapon sa barangay ninyo. Okay, so any questions about the second criteria for membership? So, you can screenshot this, guys.
Yan.
Yes, ma'am.
Dali lang.
Yes.
May na-miss daw something may isa na missing.
Mm-mm.
One of the requirements pag-get is the duly accomplished position ng PDS, personal data sheet, wherein you will attach your 2x2 picture and your thumb mark. No?
So, where they can get the PDS gani, ma'am?
Sa sa office of the
Yes.
general manager.
So, okay, so you have to accomplish the personal data sheet that you can get from the office of the cooperative. Okay, so clear kita. Okay. Okay, the third one is associate members in good standing can be elevated as regular members after 2 years of membership. So, provided she or he meets the requirements. Now, guys, if you are going to be admitted in our cooperative, you will be assigned as associate members. So, during the span of 2 years, you will be evaluated based on your performance. And of course, you have to meet the MIGS or the requirement for being a good member, no? So, MIGS na tawag natin. So, karon later on, maman-anin nyo guys kung anong ginatawag ang MIGS. And ang MIGS is the acronym for Member in Good Standing. So, you will be given 2 years as a grace period and you will be evaluated by the committees and kung mayad yung performance ninyo, you will be elevated as a regular member. So, the grace period of this is 2 years after nyo mag-apply sa membership. Okay. May dugang ka ba? Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, when you say associate members, no, primero, amo na according to Dr. Sugatan, first inyong status, no? We will classify you if you'll be if your application will be approved, no, as member of this cooperative. Ang imong classification is associate member for 2 years as per RA 9520, no? In 2 years you should comply the requirements which are dapat ang imong CBO kay require kami CBO upon application of 5,000 pesos, no? Dapat maput-in kagid sa imong kapital of 5,000 pesos and then within 2 years dapat ang imong kapital may imo mo na siya nga 20,000.
20,000.
And then ang isa ka requirement pagid is amo nang hambal nga mix mabalaan nato ni sa karon later ari di sa no, so amo ni siya from associate pwede ka ma-regular member kay ang regular member pwede siya has the capacity or the power to vote and to be voted as member. Officers of this cooperative. And iban nga mga mga ng privileges like mga amount of loans ninyo, laing gid kung regular ka sa associate.
Because there is a limit, no? Kung ang mga
May
limitations nga dayan.
amount, may limit sa amount, and sometimes ang iban nga mga windows for loans hindi ka mo qualified if you are an associate member.
Oo. So that is why it's important for us to be elevated as regular members. Okay, let's move on. So number 4, so membership. Any interested member may apply by sending letter of application, and the said letter of application may be subjected to evaluation and approved by the board of directors. So self-explanatory. So masulat ka mo sa board para magpa-member. And then number 5, the BOD or the board of directors may terminate any member as a member of the cooperative if he or she does not maintain his membership in good standing. So I think this is also self-explanatory, no? So you will soon find out if paano ninyo ma-retain ang good membership sa ano naton. Okay. So self-explanatory also. Okay, so next slide, we have the capital build-up. So instantaneously, guys, if you're going to be admitted in our cooperative, you will have a capital build-up or ang ginatawag na CBU, no? And the reason for this is mandatory for us to build our capital. So this capital build-up is, you have to be careful because ang CBU naton hindi ninyo daya ma-withdraw. What you can withdraw is on the savings account. So we have two automatic requirement for being a member in our cooperative. The first one is to have a CBU, and the second one is to have a savings account. So kung sa capital build-up naton, we have number 1, all members of the cooperative are required to put in an initial capital of 5,000 pesos. So amo to hambal ni Ma'am Kagina nga if you're a new member, you have to put up 5,000 pesos. The reason for that is ang first nimo nga loan nga pwede ma-avail is 10,000 pesos. So that is 2 times the capital build-up. So that is why 5,000 ang sang una that was 2,000 pesos. Pero Islandia amend ginimo siya 5,000. So again, ang reason for that is ang loan nga ma-avail mo sa first loan mo, guys, as associate member is only 10,000 pesos. Okay, so klaro. The second one, for regular...
Yan?
Yes, ma'am.
Oo. Amo ni ang 5,000 pesos requirement ni before approval of membership.
Okay, so this is mandatory, ma'am.
Important gid ni kaya ang co-op nagakabuhi sa aton nga kapital mismo ang ginput-in ta. Kaya ni makon nga may pundo gid ang cooperative, wala sing pundo ang cooperative. It's amo ginay ang kwarta sang tawo nga ginaput-in. Amo na hambal nga may cooperative sa amo na bala primero to sa iyang nga cooperation with common interest nan. Kung na ba maput-in kita mubuligay kita ka put up nan ka kwarta, then to form a cooperative, siyempre may gini. Kaya hindi ka man mangita ka kapita cooperative, no? Wala. So ang aside nga kung damo with mga loans, naga-loan ang cooperative sa land bank kag amo na ang ipahulam. So that's why by the interest, ang interest nga ginabayad nanda, amo pa na ang interest man ginabayad ta sa doon sa land bank. So that's why it's very important ang CBU.
Correct.
Okay.
So second is for regular associate members, initial subscription of 20,000 pesos, payable in 2 years. So this is one of the criteria for MIGs that the associate member should accomplish. So meaning to say, if you put up 5,000 pesos during the your membership tenure, say for example, mapa-member ka, kundi 5,000 automatic, CBU ninyo, then you will be given 2 years to accomplish nga ang CBU ninyo magpahanggod hasta 20,000 pesos. So it's one of the requirements sa MIGs nga mangin member in good standing ikaw. So that's for number 2. Okay. So I think klaro di siya guro.
Sir Ayan, good afternoon. Just an inquiry.
Yes, ma'am.
What if you cannot hindi mo na makalabot, ma-reach pa ang 2 years for you to come up for that 20,000 pesos nga ano? Let's say after building up 5,000 pesos, after putting in 5,000 pesos for the capital build up, then after pira ka months, you can have that 20,000 pesos. Okay lang or ulaton pa ang 2 years?
The answer for that is you have to wait for the span of 2 years. So there's no rush. I think there's no hurry. Hindi man kinahanglan gid sa gidagid. So that question is asked many times, and I think ang reason for that is ginatawaan ang membro sa cooperative kaliway nga hindi mabugat para kananda. So maskin may kwarta kita pero why kadali and I mean we have to follow lang abi sa rules ka cooperative.
Okay, so it's a rule.
Yes.
Though you have that certain amount of 20,000 pesos, still you will wait for 2 years.
Yes,
Okay,
but
here now.
okay, so I hope na yes, ma'am.
Ang 20 pesos niya, bata, this is payable in 2 years, ma'am. This is payable in 2 years. Pero, kung may kwarta ka, pwede man. Pero kung naka-kwarta, this is in 2 years. Pero amo ni siya, before
Basta
you
2
will be
years.
classified into a regular member, 2 years gid ang gina-require.
Okay.
In 1 year, with a pan mo 20,000, hindi pwede.
Hindi pwede.
Regular, no? Up to 2 years, kaya ang performance mo pa, nag-loan ka, abi. 10,000, payable in 1 year. So, next mo nga month is, next mo nga loan, hindi ka require na. Bukod sa may sweldo, talaga, 20,000 ang next mo, abi. Nan. Pero, ang aton niya nga, maghambag kita nga mix, that means wala ka past due and time ka magbayad. Amon siya ang saman, sa criteria di saman.
Ma'am Vic, so meaning if you will be allowed for a loan in the amount of 10,000 pesos, example, okay ka nakaka-capital build up nun ikaw, no? So will allowed ikaw abing for kay mga loan, 10,000. May mga dyan, tenure na dyan, ma'am, ka payments. Nga, let's say, hindi ka doon nabi ka nabuot sa 1 year?
That depends sa contract or sa loan nga gina-avail. So,
Magpanabi mo, ang una gid nga amount nga ma-loan is not to exceed 10,000 gid na yan.
Okay,
Kaya in 1 year.
10,000.
Kung gusto mo in 6 months, pwede man.
Oo, amo din namin.
Kung dayon mo,
Timo,
yung maximum pa namon lang is maximum gid na iya nga mapaydan mo sa first term is 1 year.
Oo.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Sir Ryan, Sir Ma'am Vic.
Yes, ma'am.
May inquiry lang ako, sir. Dari bala sa capital build up which is 5,000.
Yes,
What
ma'am.
if kung ang new member gusto magbutang sang capital build up like 20 or 50,000? So is it okay?
I think you have similar question with Ma'am Argente kay na ma'am. Oo. Sige, Ma'am Vic, you can
Kung
answer.
ako bala,
Ma'am.
sir, kaya ako bala, OFW ako,
Yes, ma'am.
teacher ako diri sa ng international school. Siyempre gusto ko man niya makasave nga nang kwan kay nang dara ako sa Iloilo, pero gapuli man ako every 3 years, 3 times in a year. So ang siyempre balaan mo kung mga OFW, mga teacher man kita, pero ubos-ubos gid pag abot sa kwan. So kung ang purpose mo lang di nga gusto mo palimbawa magbakasyon ako, gusto kong magbutang sa cooperative just like my savings. Ay kung 5,000 lang ibutang mo, ay halimbawa kada uli ko abi mga after 4 months na naman ako magpuli. So at least may savings ako.
Yes,
If
ma'am.
in case lang bala sa ga-inquire ma lang ako, sir.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ang namina mo ni sa capital build up niya, capital mo na, hindi mo na ma-withdraw. Once
Gani,
butang
ma'am,
mo na yung
oo.
as capital build-up, hindi mo na ma-withdraw unless ma-withdraw mo ang imong membership sa cooperative. No? Kung gusto mo, that is one of the criteria man ka mix, ma-maintain ka savings account.
Okay, okay.
We
Pero
will,
5,000 lang bigyan ang capital build-up.
yes, ma'am. We are still talking about the capital build-up, ma'am. Later on, you will find, we will talk about the savings account, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Basta hindi ni-withdrawable. Capital build-up.
Oh, take note. Okay. Guys, do you have any questions yet? May dyan pag any clarification?
None, sir.
Okay. So,
Matapos.
okay.
Proceed na. Takaroon matapos.
Sige. Thank you. So, number 3. So, all members are required to put in a capital build-up of not less than 100 pesos every month. So, this is one requirement for capital build-up also. Pero, I think pwede mo siya matingob, ma'am, no? Kung may ano man. This one is encouraged lang every month. At least a minimum of 1,000 pesos.
Kung mabudlay sa Canada siguro, kung mga malayo. Pero
Malayo.
ang alam natin, ang 100 pesos nga dya, mandatory, gid niya, every month, not less than 100 pesos. Kay amo man na kung mag-ano ka ginablantaw namon kung mag if we convert or reclass ang membership mo from associate to regular, ang CBO is one of the criteria.
Yes. Okay, so that is the explanation. Number 4, unpaid subscription of shares within the specified period will be subjected for a penalty which will be set by the board of directors. So, more of the unpaid subscription, siguro later guys, you will find out the penalties, no? As we move on. Then, number 5, interest on the CBU or the capital build-up will be based on the 60% of the net surplus of the current year. So, this is based, fiscal year ang ano natin guys. So, meaning to say, we are referring to from January of that year to December of that year. So, that is the computation for the based interest. So, take note lang is that is 60% of the net surplus. Ma'am Vic?
So, kung na siya, ang interest ng CBO sa kung na sang dividend, mag-declaration, bala. So, ang imo share, kung mag-put in ka, CBO mo, 100,000, so 60% ka of your, sa sharing ng ka dividend.
So,
60% is for the interest. 60%. Then 40% that is for the patronage refund.
Yes.
Sa sharing, doon na naka-dividend computation.
Pero that is one criteria for the CBU na ginbasihan. Okay.
Ano siya ang kung paano wala magkuha sa inyong dividend, mag-compute doon kung pila parte mo sa profit sang co-op sa iyang surplus na na-earn for the fiscal year.
Yes.
So 60. So patronage refund 40% kada. Times siyempre may computation na mo based on yung kung pila na enta sa surplus for the fiscal year nang muna siya 60% sa CBU of the
Okay. So
ang CBU mo earn 60% sa ginansya for the year. Ang sharing doon tanan-tanan.
Okay. Now let's talk about the classification of membership. So, kung paano kita, kung ano yung mga classification natin. So, discuss na din siguro yung mix sa classification of membership.
Ano yung mix? Amo na siya, members in good standing, doon criteria.
Yes. Okay.
Sige naman siya.
For the classification, this is the identification, the naming and grouping of the member. So, for an organization into a formal system of references, and that our cooperative will be classified because the management may be able to easily facilitate whatever benefit a particular member deserves. So this is the rationale for the classification. Now, the guidelines in classification of associate to regular members. Shall we discuss this one? The guideline is, the first guideline is the step classification of a member or the member are to be done every 2 years. So there is an evaluation of the member every 2 years. And then number 2, the associate member can be classified as a regular member after 2 years upon awarded certificate of mix. So any member that has been classified to any higher classification can be dropped from his or her present classification upon violation of any one of the criteria upon the evaluation of the EDCOM committee, the EDCOM, and approval of the board of directors. Then, this is an example of the membership, no? So, and then the criteria for the having. So you can see here this is based on performance for the tier, and the classification can be found on the bottom. So the points tallied can be done if your points.
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me yan.
Yes, ma'am.
Dumi na skip mo tao. Dumi na skipan kita. Rationally sa Then we have first the rationally. Ang classification is the identification, naming, grouping of the member, tapos Canada.
Yes, ma'am.
So we have may classification kita ka members ta, no? We have the regular and the associate. Regular are those members with a CBU of 20,000. Wala ka da?
Why, ma'am. Guideline lang na butang diya. This is ang bagong slide. This is ang bagong slide na gintaw kanakon, ma'am.
May naskipan siguro Jean, ano kay maghambal nga when we say regular members are those members with a CBU of 20,000 and up and a member in good standing. They have the right to vote and to be voted and are entitled of the rights and privileges as determined by the policies set by the board of directors. Then the next classification is associate members. Are those new members, no? Are those new members with the CBU of 5,000 to 19,999. They have no right to vote nor to be voted upon and shall be entitled only such rights and privileges as the bylaws may provide. They could become regular member after 2 years if they could meet the qualification requirements to become a regular member. So that is, ang qualification is to become a mix. Amo na naskipantaw ay kulang. Sige. Magwabi ni mo.
Ma'am.
Yeah, okay.
Pero klaro naman siguro, ma'am. Because ang amo man lang daya kinalain na. So, ang associate member,
Yes.
ang sa regular
ang isa
member.
tama din na the zone. Amo ni silang guidelines mo, criteria, and the classification of the members are to be done every 2 years. Ara ka na?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
Kaya ang sa dason niya is classification of members niya naman based on performance of the members, no, either regular or associate for the current year, no. Kung paano sila nag-perform, that means kung nag-loan sila, nag-patronize sila sa mga programs ng cooperative and they are not delinquent payers, delinquent payers para sa cooperative, no? Kaya balaan mo kay may impose penalties, no, surcharges kung may mga kung kita delay kita sa payment, no? So, ang aside from classify ka regular or associate, based on the performance of every member at the end of the fiscal year, gina-evaluate pagid as to their performance, and you are classified gold, silver, bronze, copper. Kung diyan kada mabilong based sa imo nga performance, based sa amo nga criteria. Sa slide, kita nyo. Yan, muna siya. Sige.
Okay, so next
Amo
kita.
yung criteria. So this is done, ang classification by performance is done annually.
Kada tuig.
Oo, kada tuig. And siguro, there will come a time, siguro, the board will implement some, may implement kita ng mga policies with regards to this classification. For example, kung gold ka, prakadlaw mo kung kung as to the amount nga loan i-grant sa imo, ang mga privileges, like for example, mga mga General Assembly, Sa mga door prize, kung gold ka, you'll receive 3,000, silver, 2,500. Ano na bala? Kaya depende sa performance mo kaya ginahatag sa ato nga door prize. Gina-income man nga gin-earn sa cooperative. Ti kung gamay lang imo nga gin-contribute, unfair man sa iban nga duro gin-contribute nga para rihas aton nga door prize. So, siguro, after pandemic or ano lang, basta ma-implement ang board ng policies with regarding sa results ng classification based on performance.
Correct.
Might be. Basta mo nang may one of the, amo man na mga purpose, rakadlaw. Okay?
Para nga equitable yata na.
Yes. Equitable.
Equitable.
Amo lang keyword na di.
Oo.
Equitable.
Oh,
Okay?
you reap what you sow mo. So, kung ano yung invest mo, amo man day mabalik kanimo dapat na. So,
Yan,
muna siya. So, let's go to services para maka-move on kita sa ano natin topic na to. Okay. So, these are the services. First, we'll talk about the lending. And these lending services are the services that the cooperative is offering. So, first of the lending service is the PPA, or what we call the Production Project Assistance. So, this PPA is good if you have some projects in mind that you need to be financed of. So what you're going to do is to apply for a loan on PPA. So the second one, if you are thinking about buying new
Yan.
yes
Excuse me.
ma'am. Yes ma'am.
Excuse me. Sa PPA, qualification, yung code akdale of this is both regular and associate members, then must be a farmer, no? May umaka bala? May umaka? Or must be a member in good standing, no? So the loanable amount for regular members is 50,000. Not to exceed 100,000. A CBU of 50,000 for regular and but not to exceed 100,000. For the CBU of 550,000 and 50,001 and above multiplied by 3 but not to exceed 150,000. For associate members, ang first loan is 10,000 pesos, the second loan is 20,000 pesos. And succeeding loans is CBU mo, kung pilagin CBU mo, multiplied by 2, but not to exceed 100,000. Mula na ang limit sa amount namin na ginahangkal. Okay? And then, sa mga loans, sa mga lending, tanibala, no? Ang interest is 1.5 monthly and interest na per month ni siya and may 0.5% MRF, no? May MRF amo na siya aton. So ang aton nga payment diminishing siya. Magbayad kita ang schedule amount payment monthly is diminishing, no? And then sa mga loans, sa mga lending o kung sa bisan ano lang yung windows except for special loans naton. May ginabuhin kami, no? Pag-apply mo, 10,000 primero. Hindi na 10,000 makuha mo ha. Kay may 3% kami nga loan guarantee fund. May service fee nga 2%. 2% of 10,000, 3% of 10,000 namin ko. Nan. Amo na siya. Then, why manigbuhin amon si Bio kay may no? Nan. Sa other loans niyo may amo pagikadaman.
Similar.
Si Bio ibuhin ko daw 2%. Service fee 2%, 3% niya loan guaranteed fund.
So guys, if you wanted to have a loan, see to it nga kung ang loan amount nga ginapanomdom ninyo, exceedan yun na siya. Kay may mga buhin, hindi, for example, if you are going to loan 75,000 in any window, no? Dapat hindi mo mabuol ang 75,000 gid tanan. Hay may mga surcharges day nga ginambal ni Ma'am Vic bago lang.
May mga deductions.
Oo, deductions.
So, guarantee, that means the insurance, then the service fee. May kung pagid, may notarization fee, kaya ginapa-notarize tani mo. Remember, we are existing legally, registered kami sa CDA. Yes. Tanan nga mga mag-loans, may ginapa-notarize na namon, in bulk na to sa retainer ka co-op nga lawyer.
So 75,000, that means taasan ninyo yung loan, so may mo siya 80,000 para may leeway ka mo nga yung target amount ninyo hindi malabot ka ng deductions na. So in any window they applicable. Okay, so i-describe ko lang makadasig lang ha ang loans. So the second is the wheels on the go. Kung may tuyo ka mo magbakal kabag o nga sarakyan or motor for that matter. Mga motor siguro, no? So, instead that you're going to go to casa because kung i-cash ninyo sa casa, instead of going or pay to casa, then you have to pay to the co-op. May rebate pa kamo at the end of the year. So, mulang day kinalain na, no? So, kung sa casa ninyo i-tao ang loan ninyo, so hindi nyo ma-avail ang rebate or ang balik niya sa cooperative gahalin. So instead of doing that, why don't you go on a loan sa cooperative and then pay for the whole amount sa casa and dyan lang kamo sa cooperative bayad ka ano ninyo. So may rebate pa kamo at the end of the year. May bulon pa kamo si BU. Si BU ang ano gali dang dividend na. If you wanted to loan for a housing loan, if you want to go on a housing loan, so apply ka mo sa PBA or the pabahay loan. If you want to have a thesis assistance nga naga-eskwela ka mo for your masteral or your doctoral and you don't have any money to finance it, so apply ka mo guys sa ETA or the Education Thesis Assistance. Now we have also what we call the multipurpose loan. So this is available for both associate and retired regular members. But on the multipurpose loan, ma'am, may dugang kao. Multipurpose loan, I think, is true to all members, no? And depending on the kind of loan that you're going to.
May araman ng policy for, may araman ng policy for associate, kaya only nga, ang policy sa multipurpose is, amo na first loan nila is 10, amo na something like second loan is 20, no? But not, ang succeeding loans nila, on the third, pwede man sila makaloan higher, basta to exceed 100,000 pesos. Pero, ang sa third loan mo, ang ginabasihan, sino ang CBU?
CBU,
times
CBU.
2 na pa CBU. Kung
sa
hindi
CBU.
kung hindi mo ma-meet ang gusto mo, either nga ma-put in kagid ka CBU mo.
So,
Ay times 2 lang ang matag, not to exceed 100,000 pesos for associate. So for the retirees, ang ilaya na ma-loan is the loanable amount is not to exceed 75% of the CBU. Siyempre man kung retirees, do kita mga senior.
budlay sakton na ano.
Hindi lang yung magmabuday ng sakton. Because of the age, bala, dali ka ng kabuday, hindi man ka pero ang sama, kuando natin bala?
Mga retirees.
Palibatan for security of the cooperative. Ginbutangan sa policy nga amo lang na nga 75% lang kung sa ilang CBU ang mag-grant sa ilang loan. No? Anyway, ang mga loans natin di is 2% per ni siya mo?
Tanan
1.5%.
1.5
per month, pero ang ay dapat this is 2%, pero may 0.5% na ginahatag kami in the form of the MRF. Nabalik na sa aton. Nabalik na sa kanimo. Ang Members Retirement Fund namon.
Which nga mabuol ninyo kung mag-retire do kamo.
We will go ara patada. Now add to patadyan.
Oo. I-add ko lang ma'am nga strive gid naton mag-regular member kay insa ang CBU ang ano naton ang ma-loan naton is 6 times the CBU ma'am no kung regular member ikaw.
Oo, as a general, not 6 times, not to exceed 600,000 pesos. Pero tanan-tanan na, ang 600,000 pesos, sa tanan doon nga window. Kung pila ka window, imong anunan, not to exceed ka lang 600,000 pesos.
Yes.
Kung regular ka. Hindi ka na may exceed. Hindi kita na kung mag-apply ka mo ni sa mga ginatotal na kung may PPA ka, may Wilson Dago, may pabahay ka. So that loan mo nga kontra na ka window shall not exceed 600,000 pesos for regular. Okay?
So,
Diba yung
dugang ko lang, no? Ang sa lending gali natin, we have the calamity loan, the appliance loan, the bonus loan. Then, we have the CC-FAL, or what we call the Cooperative Consolidated Financial Assistance Loans. And ang CC-FAL nga daya is, this is the parallel program of the cooperative sa ginatawag nga GFAL ka aton nga, no? Sa GFAL ka GSIS naton. So,
ang CCFAL, this is created para block ni damo ng GFAL sa amon di sa ko sa ISCOF. Daw bali daw pang counter bala. Pati ang nag-GFAL kami, gin-buyout. Nag-GFAL kami, pasabi ka namon sa una, nag-GFAL kami. So ang loan namon nga sa GFAL ginbayad sa Coop, daw gin-buyout. Pero ang purpose na sila ang CCFAL is to help gidman sa mga members, for example nga why na qualify to nga mag-GFAL. So ang pwede ka man maka-CCFAL kung pasabi daw duro imo nga mga loans nga daw kuan bala, ang payment mo monthly dako na. So i-consolidate mo amo ning tabag nga CCFAL, Consolidated Cooperative Financial Assistance Loan. Dayon isa lang tanan-tanan kung i-consolidate mo ang loan mo, bayaran mo tanan, dason CCFAL ka lang, isa lang imo nga bayaran, CCFAL lang, kaya gin-feed up mo ang imo nga iba other loans. Amo na mag-buyout kan. Pwede man na gani nga kung may sa lending ka to, pwede man ang CCFAL nga masisifal ka dason bayad mo sa lending, dason diri ka na lang sa Coop magbayad. Amo nang purpose ang CCFAL. Kaya ang CCFAL, pila man lang ni siya ang amon nga kwan. This is 1% per month ni 6 years to pay diminishing. Maximum amount loanable is 500,000. Amo ni siya. Iba namon may mga may mga bank accounts. Amo ni gin CCFAL. Kahit 1% lang siya mo, hindi at 1.5% per month. This is 1% per month. Amo ni gani ang bal ni sir nga baligin ko na mo daw bulig bala sa membro. So pero the same nga kung magsisifal ka, may mga ay nang interest nga may ginikuan gali, may loan guarantee fund nga 3% ibuhin, service fee, notarization, then may CBO kami nga ginabuhin.
MRF.
And then, galing sa CCFAL, ang age kag date of retirement mo, for example, kung employed ikaw, gina-consider na sa cooperative, ginalantaw bala. Teka ba si mag-retire ikaw, paano ko naman makabayad? Muna bala. Payment shall be applied according to the following interview. Age and date of retirement of the applicant shall be considered. Amon gini siya. Paras man bala sa amon nga loan sa multipurpose for the retirees, only 75%. Kaya gina-consider man ang age kung retired ka na. Kaya kung ma-retire ka na, pwede na kang sa amon ni case, pwede nga kung retire ka na, pwede mo na mag-dismember ka, pwede mo ma-continue sa Coop. Pero only nga kung retired ka doon, ang imo nga loanable amount is only 75% of your CBU.
Claro.
By the way, ang amon gali niho, ang payment nyo bala, kung magbayad ka mo, ang payment made ninyo should be applied according to the following. Pagbayad abi ka mo, ang una gid nga gina-charge namo na siya, ginabuhin da sa interest, dason principal, dayon MRF, no? Kung magbayad ka og lang kulang man lang interest lang hasta mo sa principal, tiway ka na sa MRF. Ang MRF nga kada bayad mo lang ikaw nag-earn. Kung ay kagabayad, ay ka man nag-earn ka MRF nga natawag. Speaking of MRF, pero kaina pa sila nagkakon ka MRF.
Wala pa ma'am.
Amo niya tawag Members Retirement Fund. This is derived from the 2% interest. Kaya ang loan namon din sa una, ang sa co-op interest is 2%. No?
I remember
Per month, no? Galing may MRF pag nga this is amo ni ang good practice na mo na gina-adapt sa ibang nga mga cooperatives. So MRF is derived from 2% interest of the loan that you paid to the cooperative. So magbayad ka o kada bayad mo ang 1.5% goes to the cooperative. No? Amo na siya. Pero ang 0.5, ang sa 1.5 man amo duda ang imong mga ano ka sa interest mo na, no? Oo. So ang 0.5 nga dya goes back to the member in the form of MRF distributed as follows. So retirement 50%, hospitalization 25%, education is 25%. Namin ko bala, for example, ang bayad mo abi nag-loan ka 10,000. Monthly amortization mo is 1,033 and 33 centavos, no? So pagbayad mo sa 1,033.33, ang 833.33 maabuhin na sa principal mo nga gin-loan. Ang interest nga 1.5, ang 150 makadto sa interest. Then ang 50 pesos madto sa imo nga MRF. Ang MRF nga dya imot ang magabalikan nimong interest kay ang naghadto lang sa co-op is only the 1.5%. So bayad mo monthly is 1,033. Pagdasan mo mabayad naman is 1,016 and 66 centavos. Amo ni siya, kung magbayad ka, amo ni ang distribution, principal ang ibinan, then interest, yung MRF. So that means, ang MRF mo nga dyan, nag-accumulate daya kada bayad mo. Pero kung kada bayad, hindi ni mag-accumulate. Kung kulang bayad mo, hasta ka lang sa principal, so ang interest mo, ay mo na bayaran, ma-earn the charge na mo, surcharge, kag penalty, surcharge, no? Ang penalty na ma-surcharge kami. So, amo dan, nga maghanggod ya utang mo, matingal, sino ka utang ko, di kay king compounded man monthly na mo. Ay dapat na due mo doon dyan. So, that's why ka nag-earn kay mo nga MRF. Kaya ang MRF mo sa imo mga bayad nagahalin. Ano siya? So, ang MRF nga dyan, sa unang mga bayad, 50 pesos. So, 50% of 50 pesos is 25 pesos. So, sa retirement naman ito. 25% is 12.50. Sa hospitalization naman ito. The education is 25%. Nga dyan, 12.50 man. No? 25. So, that is matotal sa 50. Ang imong MRF dyan, pwede mo niya ma-withdraw kung mag-retire man ikaw, kung mag-separate ikaw sa co-op. Trust liability ni ka-co-op sa imo ang MRF mo. Amo ni nga, sa 2%, imo ba 2% monthly ba 24% a year? No. Ang katulad sa co-op is 1.5. Ang 0.5 balik sa imo in a form of MRF. Nga-earn ikaw kadaya. No? Only, gusto na ang sa MRF, ang 50% nga retirement, nag-earn jak interest, kaya hospitalization, kag education, mo ay nag-earn interest. So, kada end of the month or end of the year, ina-compute kung pila interest ang imo nga MRF na nagkadto sa retirement mo. Kung matotal, abis na sa 300, no, 350, 325. So, ma-earn isang interest ang imo nga MRF. Ang retirement mo lang. The rest, hospitalization and education. Hindi ba nag-earn?
Buena.
Okay? Sige na.
Okay, so, so we have complete na to, no? Ang modified wheels on the go and modified pabahay loan sa lending. Now, sa special loan?
Ang modified
programs.
wheels on the go. Ang modified wheels on the go nga dyan, amo siyang bago nga
approved
during the General Assembly last year, no? So, ang pan man dyan is interest is also 1% and MRF is 0.5, so that is only 1.5 monthly. Maximum 500,000 pesos, this diminishing, payable for 6 years. No? Pero, Oo. Kung may pabahay loan ikaw o kung may wheels on the go ikaw nga loan,
Pwede i-modify.
inang gusto ko mag-reloan ikaw as of now, diri ka na lang sa modified wheels on the go. Kay nubo niya interest mo. And then, kung waay na di kay kung waay na di sang naga-loan sa mga pabahay, sang una ni nga mga pansang co-op programs, mga wheels on the go, i-phase out naman ni kay amo ning modified ang one, ang mabilin. Kasi sino abi man loan di kay this is 2%, niya 1.5 lang di, di ba?
Yes.
Ikaw man, muna siya.
Oo. Kay nagasabay sa times kaya ano. Ano naton. Kinahanglan niya ko ma-flexible man bala sa pag
Yes.
sa mga pag-offer ka mga programs sa lending. Okay. So, let's move on sa special loans so that we can finish this. So, we have for special loans, we have first is the pocket money allowance or the PMA. Pero may modified PMA man.
O sa PMA ta, is ano ni siya, inang subong naman amount to maximum loanable is 10,000 pesos, payable in 4 months at 2% per month. Service fee na is excuse me, 10 pesos. Why ni siya sang MRF ha? Why ni siya ang MRF ang mga special loans. So, pwede ka na kabayad, excuse me, this is 2% monthly man ang imo nga surcharge sa pocket money allowance. And only ang makabil ka dya ang mga ang employed nga may 15-30 nga salary. Same with bonus loan bala sa kay na. Ang sa bonus loan, ang makaabil lang ang may 13 month kag may mid-year. Walang na makaabil ka bonus loan. Sa mga DepEd, LGU namon, basta maggawa naga-offer ni kami sang bonus loan kag sa PMA. Dog na-identify lang ang may mga salaries bala, mga 15-30. Then, ang sa modified, maximum niya subong is 20,000 pesos. 1 year to pay ni siya, yeah. Then, the same, 1% per month. 10 pesos man nga service fee. Ano siya. Sa una, gani, 8,000 na niya mo. Subong in-increase naman ang pocket money allowance naman sa 10,000. Kahit sa ano man ang tulad sa kwarta, sa ano man ang buying capacity because of the inflation. So that's why nga gina-amend man ang gina-modify ang mga programs ng cooperative. Okay?
Okay, so another one is emergency loan. In times of emergency, may dangpan kita.
Kung may emergency, para sabihin na ano ka bala, ang family mo may na mga palayo lang mo, may nadisgrasya, may namatay, amo ni siya ang kita sa aton nga emergency loan. Emergency loan is sa regular, that is maximum 20, sa associated is only 10. Ang payable sa associate, payable in ilan siya ka months man? 12 months. Ay sa regular amo man 12 months man, maximum 20. Interest is 1.5% man, and pero may kuha siya, may emergency loan ta, may MRF ni siya ya. Okay? Mo malang ni diferensya mo na gani, namas namin nga mag-regular sang sa mag-associate. Kaya ang iban nga may limit man gid eh. Okay?
Okay. So, next is our tour loan or our travel and other undertaking resources. So, if you want to travel after the pandemic and you want to avail of this so that you have finances for your travel, you may do so. So, special loan. The last one is the Christmas loan or what we call...
I think this is only for the regular. Ang tour loan ta, I think this is for the regular. Oo.
Regular members na.
Yes.
Then
kasi may interest 1.5, amo man nga deduction
the same parehas anda. Tanan, all special loans has the same, ano man.
And only this no travel loan niya ni, this is non-renewable niya ha. Hindi ni pwedeng i-renew.
Mhm.
And yung mga extra money allowance, non-renewable ni siya yan.
Pero ang Christmas allowance, ma'am, is only good for seasonal loan lang ni siya, ma'am, no? Every,
Non-renew na sila. Bala mo sa una, ginkuan man na nato ni ang ito nga ano ni. Kay, abito ay ba sa mga benefits, kita ka ito nga ma additional. So that's why, gaayo ang membro nga ma-loan. So nagkuan ako ang co-op sa program para ma-accommodate ang membro. That's why may amo ni, pero non-renewable niya. Dapat i-paid up niya. So, hindi ka makuha nga apply ka o siyempre during time of ano man Christmas
Oo. Okay, seasonal siya. So, okay.
Seasonal siya.
Okay, so should we proceed? Let's talk about general rules and lending. So, kagina, nambal duman ni Ma'am Vic ang iban kadaya, no? Basahon ko lang liwat para...
Amo ni siya ang napangita ako nga nagbaliskan. Dapat mauna ni siya before kita nagpan sa mga services sa lending. Sige lang.
Sige, okay.
Next time.
Oo. Basahon ko lang ma'am para walk
Oo,
through.
yes,
Okay.
yes. Oo.
So, number 1 is maximum loanable amount for regular members except for the retired members is 600,000. So, that is applicable to ITA, WGA.
Regular. Tanan-tanan nga programs.
Okay. Tanan nga regular loans. Provided that the member has the capacity to pay. So, the second rule...
Loans special loan. Special loans ka regular loans ni siya pwede. Hindi siya applicable ang general loans. Basta sa lending category.
So number 2, we have the maximum loanable for associate member is 200,000 pesos. So this is applicable to multipurpose loan and PPA, provided that member has a capacity to pay. Okay, so klaro man siguro, no? 200,000 guys. Pero sa multipurpose loan kag sa PPA lang siya. So that depends upon your agreement with the GM siguro, no? So you have to propose. If you have the capacity to pay, pwede siya. Okay. So for the third rule, the maximum loanable amount of 600,000 will be based on the member's capital build-up that is multiplied by 6 but not exceed 600,000 for regular members and 200,000 for associate members. So pareho kay gina. 600,000 loanable amount maximum for regular and 200,000 pero sometimes ang ginabasihan naton is ang capital build up ninyo times 6, that is the pero hindi mag-exceed sa mga amount nga pareho kadaya. Okay, then number 4, the age and the date of retirement of the applicant shall be considered in determining the terms of payment. So like for example, if you are 60 during the present time in terms of payment, I think there is a special ruling for this, ma'am, no? Just because 60 is the retirable age. So the policy is, I think some of the loans are amendable based upon the age of the kung sino ang ma-loan na o the credit
the age and date of retirement of the financial consideration. Hello?
Yes ma'am. You may ma'am add sa number 4 nga rule.
Sa number 4, amo na gani balang age and date of retirement of the applicant shall be considered in determining the terms of payment. 60 present age mo plus equals your term of payment.
So that is the formula.
Minus present age. 60 kabi subong minus yung 60 minus yung present age ka sabi mga 50 ka pa lang. So madya mo pa ng mga term of payment or 55 ka no. Amo ni kay general rules sa lending applicable ni sa mga associate man tanan, sa regular, sa mga retirees bala.
Tanan ma'am. Oo.
Amo gid ni. Kay mahambal nga ang maximum namon sa kung sa mga regular is 600,000. So tanan na nga window sa lending, tanan-tanan ko sa mga di na mga loans niyo diyan. Matotal sa 600,000 not to exceed that. Amo tay maximum mga mahatay sa GOV. So sa associate naman, it's only 200,000 pesos. Kaya nga associate pala, kung pasabi, okay lang kung may mga associate nga na naka-payroll ka namon. Kay sabi nyo kami nga kung sa school sa ISCOF sa reduction gid mo why kami ayo la kami kada kung magkulang ya sweldo kulang ya kuan mo ya sweldo mo nan kay dapat may 5,000 gig mabilin sa net pay sa payroll. Okay, that is as per General Appropriations Act. Hindi kami pwede magbilin 3,000 or 4,000, it should be 5,000. So, kung hindi may igo, naubos doon, may GSIS ka pa, may pag-ibig ka pa, may quote ka pa. So, siyempre, na mandatory ang GSIS kung pag-ibig, ang mabilin sa co-op. Kasi kung hindi ka hindi may igo, muna may mga surcharge. That's why may limit. Okay? Kung sa associate naman, why kami is that have it, mag-reach out ka kananda sa daw kabudlay. Oo, nabudlay din sabi mag-reach out kung associate member. So, that's why we also give limit. This is also for the protection of the cooperative. Amo na inang ko namon, ay, kung ikaw officer, ikaw board, ikaw members na sa kung namutapin sa cooperative, ikaw kamo yung, kung ay, ginano nyo, away yung ginbutangan na sa mga policy in order to protect the interest of the cooperative. Kaya pala mong cooperative, ang tag-iya, membro. So, tanan-tanan kita, dapat, vigilant kita kakwarta ta. Hindi nga, makalon na kita, okay doon. No. Makalon ka mo, dapat magbayad ka mo. Kay ang strength ng cooperative, para sa members, kung maayaw mga membro,
Dabayad on time.
Sa mga utang, diligently, so, dasig magdako ang cooperative. Pero kung ano ba ay ang pinangabudlayan ng taga-ISCOF. No? That's why. Kami gani, bisan 5,000 na bilhin ka sweldo mo, kat mahimo. Kaya nakapirma kami, may authority, pag loan na mo, may authority, tanan-tanan kita, that's why may notarization kung 100 pesos. Kaya ginapanotarize na to sa lawyer. Sa una si Mayor Stephen, kada mo nga retainer mo sa co-op, nga lawyer. Oo, ginapanotarize na to in bulk, yung isa-isa. So, ginagawa for the week, kung duro, ginadulong naman ato. So, because we operate legally, register kita sa Cooperative Development Authority.
CDA. Okay.
We have the legal personality.
Okay, sige.
Magpirma ka mo, basahon nyo, basta mareklamo ka mo nga, ay, dyan mo dyan. Project mo kamaan nga ang ginpirmahan nyo to sa mga application ka loans, amo doon na state.
Stipulation ka contracts.
Diba dyan?
Oo.
Yes. Okay.
So, tandaan natin kung may contract, may obligation nga sugpon. So, amo lang ta kasimple. Oo. And it is our obligation also to pay within the allotted time. So, that is part of our MIGS to kagina bala. So, you have to pay on time. Kung may loan ikaw. Okay. So, shall we move on now? So,
yes.
General rule number 5, the CBU of 1% will be deducted from the principal amount of loan except for PMA and MPMA. Then there will be a notarial fee.
Loan, kita. 1%.
Then, itong kagina ma'am na ano mo dun, kagina. Then we have the notarial fee, which will be charged for every loan except for PMA and PMA. So this was stipulated also by Ma'am Catalogo kagina pagid. So the service fee of 2% will be deducted from the principal amount of loan except for PMA and MPMA. And there will be a loan guaranteed fund of 3% that is deducted from the principal amount of loan except for PMA and MPMA. So kagina gin-discuss doon daya ni Ma'am Catalogo ang mga ruling about sa lending operations nga, which is the in terms of CBU and in terms of MRF. So this is applicable sa MRF. And then we have the member with a CBU of more than the maximum loanable amount of 600,000 can avail of a loan subject to the recommendation of the CRECOM and General Manager and approval of the BOD and bank. So this is the maximum amount loanable for the most highest for the holder for the CBU, no. So if you have the capacity to pay malang and na-reach nyo na ang ceiling which is 600,000, I think that is subject to negotiation na. Okay, so that is it with our general rule in lending. Now this is the sample or of the amortization schedule, no. So as you can see guys, we have the amount, ang principal amount ng loan ninyo kuno abi is 10,000 pesos. And you can see the date of the nga sa payments ninyo. And we have the principal amount amortization, which is amo daya payment ninyo every month, 833. Pero may interest kita nga 1.5%. And kung makita ninyo ang interest naton is diminishing. And MRF naton gabuol kita pagid kay MRF nga 0.5%, 5%. Which is part kay MRF. And then for the total monthly due is nakaschedule every month. So diminishing man siya. Okay, so this is just a sample, no. So I think the cooperative will give you the same process if ever you wanted to say for example loan for an amount of 120,000 pesos and then ipa-appraise ninyo, no. So the term there is appraisal. So you have to go to the cooperative first. I suggest you do the same, no. Pa-appraise ka mo anay kung pira ang loanable amount. And then para maman-an ninyo ang amortization ninyo kung pira ang kung saan no ang date kapag bayad, pira ang interest, kag ang total value. So makita man na ninyo dayan ang pira ang ginabuhin every month. That is why mag-loan kita gina-appraise na ang loanable amount. Depende man dayon sa inyong window kung ano yung loan nga klase ka loan ang applyan ninyo. So pero most of the time guys, I think the same man gyapon ang policy sa every loan as we mentioned kagina. Okay. Now na-discuss naman natin ang MRF. So okay. Now idugang lang natin sa MRF gali ma'am, no. This was not discussed kagina sa MRF. Ang 5, 6, 7 nga items, ma'am. So basahon ko anay. For non-employed members, retirement fund can be withdrawn upon reaching the age of 60, provided he or she has no past due accounts. So dapat white past due, no. Number 6 naman, which is ang important nga dapat i-discuss naton, ang 6 kag 7 nga item sa MRF. And ang 6 is hospitalization. This can be withdrawn if the member of the member's immediate family has been hospitalized or have the undergone medication. So ang claim naton will be supported with receipts. And ang number 7 naman is about the educational fund. And this can be withdrawn if the member or the member's beneficiary have availed education. So the claim of this will be supported with receipts, RF na or school ID na, something like that. Do you have something to add, ma'am, about number 6 and number 7 items for MRF?
Okay. Oo. Ang hospitalization mag-claim ka, ma-write ka sang letter, attach mo yung mga receipt sa mga bulong, naging bakal mo, nan. Pero, ang hatag sa imo, ang na-earn mo lang nga MRF, namin ko ang na-earn mo sa MRF mo hospitalization kaya only 25% of D.5 man lang tumo. So maamo na gambal ko kung ay ka nagabayad, ay ka sang ma-earn nga MRF, ay ka sang ma-earn nga muni. Kung ay ka gabayad. Kung kabayad ka, di amo na yung pagpahat-pahat ano to plus principal, interest, dason MRF. Pina-share na. Sa educational fund, amo man niya. Diyan na iba sabi kung mga laon ka may nablus mo, pwede mo nga bayad ka tuition, o kung magpa-enroll, enrollment na, ano lang, o resibo or registration form, muna blast. Pero may letter gid addressed to the general manager. Okay?
Yes. Okay. So, I think clear na siya, ma'am. Oo. Okay. So, now, let's go to the consumer store and canteen. And if you are going to pay on your loans there sa Bagsakan, I think you guys, before ka mag-uli, please drop by our canteen. There are services offered there, and we have products that you can avail, and that is part sa ato ng patronage refund sa Urihi. So sa consumer stores kag sa canteen naton, all cooperative members can avail of the customer store services, and our store is found at the lower floor of the comms building. So any member who have availed the services through credit, so kay kung kisa guys, if you go on grocery there, you buy groceries, pwede da nga ilista lang, no? Pero that is good for regular members kay amon ginabuhin lang sa sweldo, no? So if you are associate member or you're not employed inside the school premises, I think you have to pay in cash man, and ang cash ninyo is subjected to audit man da gina-record. So any purchase there, any member who have availed the services through the goods or services will be deducted through the payroll or the cash payment also. Now, any member who has exceeded the accumulated credit limit, our credit line is only 5,000 pesos. So, they may not be allowed to avail of the goods through credit, but they can purchase through cash basis also. And of course, a fine and surcharges of 3% compounded monthly kung hindi ka makabayad sa purchases. Okay, so this one service is matawag namon or naton daya nga dang pantawid gutom nga service. Kay of course, ang employee ka school, syempre kung kisaway ga uli doon sa balay kun udto or nagapanyaga do lang sa abi sa canteen, and if you don't have any spare cash to pay, then you have credit, and each one of us is having a credit line of 5,000 pesos. Pero you have to pay the amount or through salary deduction or through cash basis.
I think sa associate daw ang credit nila is 3,000 siguro.
Yes.
Ay, that is supposed to be at the end of the month. Bayad ka dun.
Kung hindi, may surcharges nga 3%.
Kung hindi ka bayad, 3%. Compounded monthly pa. Dasun bulan, sige nga patong. So, sa surcharge na palang malumos ka dun kung ano. Kaya balaan mo, dapat, why ganida that, no? Yung bayad ka din mo, ginaano man siya yan, kung sa kantin.
Gina-rolling yung capital.
Magpautang ka nga hindi ka bayad dahil dali ka maputo. That's why, ginamon siya. Kami kung sa kantin, ang supposed to be, bisan sa regular, supposed to be cash basis with me.
Pero at least we have a credit line, no? So, parang kung wala ka mo
store
cash.
Store sa store. Ang credit line is sa store.
Sa store.
Store.
Okay.
Sa canteen, a total of 5 store na libot sa regular. Ginapastop napastop credit, ginatag to sa pangalan halin sa JM to, ginatag sa storekeeper sa store clerk. Namon si Kwan stop na, hasta na siya lang na-met na niya ang credit limit niya, credit line na. So hindi na siya pwede utang muna balaw. Kung pabayaan mo ng team, lang di kita, no? As what I have said, the policies set by the board is to protect the cooperative. Mo lang na. Hindi man niamon ato ni tanan. Galing lang balang siyempre man may nagako-control man no, di ba? Hindi pa na gusto lang. Kay answerable ka man kung paano mo ginamanage ang cooperative. Okay?
Okay. So,
Ang lending is one of the services, consumers and canteen. Then we have also another service, the ticketing services.
Yes, we have the ticketing. So if you are going to fly on any destination or through air services or water transportation, our ticketing office is open from Mondays to Fridays. Monday to Friday. So during office hours at from 8 a.m. until 4:30, ma'am. 4:30 no? 4:30.
Ang sa ticketing ni Bala, kita ang membro, kung kita magbakal, nagadugang ni sa aton nga sales mo, kung sa aton malang sa credit, sa co-op nga mga points, no? Ang pwede man kita makapatigayon pa sabi may friend ka to, hindi ka lang bakal ka ticket sa hindi ka cash man yung magbayad mo ang sa ticketing. So ang kung sa baligya ang sales ang ticketing ma-credit sa imo kay kung nagpatigayon ka, ang tukay hindi siya member sa cooperative, di siya nang bakal, through sa imo nga member, ang sales maatag sa imo. Dira makadto sa imo nga points na sila. Okay?
So, please avail of our ticketing service sa cooperative natin. Okay, let's move on. Now, let's talk about programs of the cooperative. And we have the Savings Operation Program or what we call SOP. However, we have the savings deposit, the time deposit, and the kiddie saving. So, but then, ang time deposit natin is cancelled until now. Correct, ma'am?
Again, suspend after 9. Kay duro habiya kwarta ka co-op sa bangko. So, why ba nag-earn? Why siya ga-earn? Aral lang sa bangko. Di dapat, ang kwarta ka co-op, gina-roll ba lang, may gina-earn din siya ka-interest. Wala, dapat ipahulang mo. Mo na siya. So, for the meantime, gin-suspend. Pati, gabayad kita interest sa time deposit. Why mas siya nag-earn? Maperdi ang co-op.
So, during the pandemic, this was mitigated by the cooperative. Gin-amend ang rule, gin-suspend anay ang time deposit. Pero siguro, kung makahagan-hagan doon yung COVID, basi ibalik man Kay actually, ang time deposit natin is has higher interest compared to other banks.
And, isa ng savings.
Oo, maskin savings na. Correct.
Maskin bayad kita interest mo.
Oo. So, amo dabla hambal ang kwarta ninyo sa bangko nagaturog lang dato, guys. Pero kung i-invest niyo sa co-op, nagahanggod kay nagalibot, naga-roll, gina-invest.
Ang kwarta nila sa bangko, gaya man ka-interest, gani gamay lang.
Gamay, hindi siya comparable.
Unless i-invest mo sa co-op depende man.
So, and then we have the savings deposit, which is mandatory for us as members. Kinanglan may savings deposit kita. And the last one, if you have mga children nga underage pa, you can avail of the kiddie savings, no? So that by the time that they mag-eskwela, mag-college, or may nangpan kita and may gina-save ka na. Okay. So all of this is subject to the interest within the cooperative rules and discretion. Now, let's talk about the policy on savings program. No?
Ang interest sang time asang savings deposit is not fixed, no? Kaya depende man kung panubo iya bangko si ma-adjust man ta. Panubo man ta. Ngun lang bala. Kung pataas man ta. So, ang interest is not fixed gid nga amuna siya.
Pero it's still higher compare sa bangko. Okay. For the policy on savings program, the first is all members are required to join the savings program. Then number 2, a service fee of 50 pesos shall be charged to members upon opening an account. So 50 pesos. Then, maintaining balance for regular account is 1,500. So, kung buhin doon yung 1,500 ninyo sa balance ninyo, then a fine of 10 pesos shall be automatically deducted from the account which is below the maintaining balance. And the maintaining balance for associate member is only 500 pesos. Okay. Now, for the interest rate, as what Ma'am Catalogo has mentioned kagina, this is determined by the Board of Directors. So, and it is based on the current bank exchange rate. Okay. So, for the lost passbook, because you'll be given a passbook for your accounts, then the depositor may inform the cooperative and request for another one for a fee of 100 pesos. Now, an account without transaction within 2 years, meaning dormant siya, this will be charged 50 pesos per month to be deducted from the said account. So, hindi nyo, dapat ang nato nabi guys, may in and out ang passbook naton. So, may withdrawals kag may deposits. So, para nga hindi siya mag-dormant. Kaya kung wala ka transaction within 2 years and then madormant ang account mo, then every month you will be deducted 50 pesos automatic. Then in the case the depositor wish to activate the dormant account, ang activation fee is 100 pesos. So I think klaro man siguro no yung policies naton sa savings program. These are all self-explanatory.
By the way,
yes.
Maintaining balance for regular member is 1,005. And for the associative is only 500
pesos. Ari ma'am sa
savings.
yes.
Wala naman sa deposit tapos wala na ni.
Okay na.
Ari naman another programs, the health insurance na.
Before that, ma'am, this one is the sample of your account. So you have the account balance and you can see there your deposit and the date why a date no? The withdrawal amount, the deposit amount, their balances also are there. So this is just a sample.
What sample ka pas computation ka imo nga deposit, savings deposit.
Savings account. Okay. Now the formula for computation for the interest siguro daya sa inyong nga account. So then like for example if you have a sum of balance from March 1 to 31, then your number of days of the month it means the amount na balance ninyo is divided by the number of days of the month. Then computing that for the interest that is multiplied sa 6% per annum and sa 5% rate for the days of the month, and then kita ninyo ang percentage. So like for example if you have some balance of this one 4,172,508 and 87 cents, then this will be divided from the number of days of the month, which is like for example 31 days. Then you'll have the amount of 134,597 and 6 cents. To get the interest of this per month, then what you're going to do is multiply it with 0.05. That is 5% per annum over 12 months. And then that will be the amount. So the amount is 112.16 cents. So that is the formula for computation of your taxes.
The interest is 560.82 and mabuhin pa dang imo nga tax nga 112.16.
So gamay ma lang Okay. So any question about this before we proceed? Or do you have questions during the past discussion?
Sa health insurance.
Okay.
Kasi sa health insurance, hindi na take up ang deposit, time deposit, kay ay malak sa buong. Kasi health insurance, one also of the programs of the cooperative.
Yes, this one, our health insurance, and this is for our own safety also. We have an health insurance for the whole year, and this is covered by the cooperative. So these are the policies because let's talk about the policies because these are important things that you need to remember if you want to avail our health insurance. No. So first rule is all members are required to join the program on healthcare. So this is mandatory. And number 2, the amount of 50 pesos per month. So, or the one-time payment of the annual due of 600 pesos may be paid to cooperative. Usually, this sa regular members, this is ginabuhin, ginaminus every General Assembly, no? Na para nga cover doon yung health insurance nato.
Nabuhin ni siya ang 600 pesos tayo hindi deducted ta sa aton nga dividend.
Dividend.
Pero kung dito mong papabuhin, baydan mo eh.
Oo.
Because kung 2 months nga why ka nakabayad, hindi ka man maka-avail sini.
Yes.
Kung 2 months why ka kabayad, basta sa hospital ikaw, hindi ka kabayad eh, hindi ka maka-avail eh. Kaya mabayad ka lang kali kung ma-avail ka doon. Dapat monthly gid.
Hindi pwede.
So kami, ang dividend namon for 2021, gawin kami 600 at least basta December dada. Para malipat mo 50 pesos isa ka bulan, lipat ka. So pabuhin mo lang.
Gani.
Sa dividend mo. Yes, amo rin na obra namon para ka-avail kami siniho sa health insurance. Kay member ko may be hospitalized for 2 nights, may avail the 5,000 assistance sa presentation of medical certificate in the other proof abing na admit ka.
2 nights.
So, from na 2 nights ka to. Can I remember, may avail of the said benefit once a year only.
Kisala.
Isang kaduha ka mo hospital, pero once ka lang maka-avail. So, failure to pay the monthly due for a period of 2 months may disqualify the member to avail the benefits. Ano ganito, dapat hindi mo pagkalipatan. So, hindi ka parang may malipat. Sa dividend, buhin niya 600. Para up to December, kami pinigban.
Oh, what is 600?
Iban ka, bayad iban. Bayad man ang iban mo, ang ibang associate, ibang nagambal nga ibuhin lang. Yes.
So, what is 600 pesos compare sa mabuol mo kung mag-hospital ikaw? Why talang daan ginapangayo man? Na.
Sabay pa hindi ka hospital. Sobra pa abin.
Oo. Mabudlay. Okay.
Next.
So,
next is the death aid.
Death aid naman. For death aid, all members are qualified to avail the program on death aid. And the members who died may avail the 10,000 pesos death aid upon submission of the death certificate. So the death certificate is one requirement. And then the outstanding balance in all services of the said member, including the past due, may be offset to members' protection fund.
Basta sabi, ng kung good payee ikaw, no? Napatay ikaw, dason may mga baraydan ka pa bala kay waang pa na fully paid as scheduled ay mga loan. So ang balance mo dada bali ma-write off na i-charge na sa atong ginabuhin naton nga ano kanina loan guaranteed fund nan amo nang absorb sang balance mo. Pero kung may past due ikaw, ang past due mo bayaran mo ginaya only ang one mo lang balance mo lang iyang as scheduled ang absorb sa loan guarantee fund. Ang imo nga past due ang legal ka binulan bayran mo gid. Mo ni siya ang sa issue. Pas makon ka ay ting patay ako why daw ko baydan pero kung may past due ka baydan mo gid na iyang past due. Hindi man namon paghatag ang death aid kung may past due ka. Siguro why man kita. Noted man. Naway man mo ginatag ang death aid kung may ano kay kompyuto na tanan-tanan mo nga para kanimo mo then kung may balanse ka pa may bridan ka man sa co-op kung obligasyon ka pa sa co-op tibuhin man namon sa tanan-tanan mo nga para kanimo nga pertencer ka co-op kasi may CBU ka pa to may MRF ka pa nan muna siya may mga depokuan ka pa dyan. So, less ang imo nga mga obligasyonis sa co-op.
So,
okay,
next.
So, sa awards, Heidi, Ikaw lang timbang kaya yan, Heights.
Yes, sige ah.
Yeah, okay.
sige.
Sige, ma'am. Okay, let's go to the awards.
Yes.
Okay, so number 1 is bida ka.
Mati lang pa rin.
Oh, sige, ma'am. Ikaw, ma'am.
Okay, so we'll discuss now the awards. And the first one is the BIDACA. All cooperative members are qualified to join this program. Tanan din yung members, the associate and the regular member. Every month, starting June 2013, nag-start nit 2013, 10 members with the highest amount paid to the cooperative will be chosen as BIDACA for the month. Basta nag-start ini sa June 13, ang 10 members will be with the highest amount paid to the cooperative will be chosen as the BIDACA for the month. And the total amount paid either in the store or lending program will be computed and summed up. So the names of the 10 BIDACA will be posted at the cooperative on the next month. Plus, Abby, highest paid ikaw, nag-BIDACA for April, the month of April. Pag next month, Mayo, i-post ang imong ngalan nga bida ikaw for the month of April. Is that right, sir?
Yes, ma'am. You can see your names there sa naton sa may bagsakan. Gina-post na sa
Na-post na
Bulletin
sa
board sa cooperative.
Oo. Number 5, BIDACA for the month may avail 10 co-op features ticket as prize. So kung one of the BIDACA for the month of April, pag maka-avail ikaw sang 10 co-op features ticket as prize nga i-raffle ina during the assembly. Next is the special awards. All cooperative members are qualified to join this program. And then at the end of the current fiscal year, the Committee on Awards will choose the following awardees. Number 1, all-out devotee, given to members who have availed all the services of the cooperative. Ang tanan ba lang ang services na avail mo. Number 2, highest financier with given to the members with highest CVO or capital build-up for the current year. Savings enthusiast, given to the members with highest savings for the current year. Number 4, lending aficionado, given to members with highest payment in the lending programs. So tanan-tanan bla kung regular man ikaw ang associate member man ikaw, dapat tanan ikaw naka-avail sinikag tanan nga program na by nang fully paid ikaw o kung way kat mga back accounts.
Sige.
And number 5 is the promising member, given to new members with exemplary support to the cooperative. Tanan-tanan na support ikaw ka members, support ikaw ka services and program of the cooperative. Especially sa associate members nga would like to become a regular member, so dapat gid i-patronize na gid ang mga services, patronize na ang co-op mga services and other mga services nga ginahatag sang cooperative, so that he will be or she will be a regular member after 2 years.
Correct.
No, sir, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then, the number 3 in the awards is the criteria will be set for every award by the Board of Directors. Number 4, awardees will receive monetary award, which will be determined by the Board of Directors subject to the availability of fund and a certificate. So all the awardees declared by the committee is final and irrevocable. So dapat ang mga naga-aspire sang mga award ini dapat ang tanan-tanan nga services kag dapat wala gid siya sang back account o kung maging members of good standing gid sila para nga ma-avail nila ilang mga awards kung gusto nila ma-avail. Then we will now on the criteria. In order to avail this award, may mga criteria in all all-out devotee. He or she must be a member of the cooperative for at least 2 years. That is why ang bag-o nga nag-member dapat i-avail na gid ang mga services kag dapat regular gid siya mag-pay
Bayad.
sa iyang mga utang, magbayad sa iyang utang in order for him or for her to become a regular member for pagkatapos ng 2 years. Patronizes all the services of the cooperative, especially in the store, in the lending, in the savings, and in building a CBO. And he or she should continually build up capital every month or this monthly. Must have no past due account to avail the services. Dapat wag gid ikaw past due pag pwede gid ikaw magiging regular member after 2 years. Highest financier. He or she should be a co-op member in good standing. At mga magwala to lang ang mix, no? Members of good standing. And must have put in the highest capital build up for the current year. Naghambal ba to si Ma'am Argenti nga kung pwede maka-build up siya, hindi pa malabot sang 2 years, sang 20,000, pwede siya maka-build up capital. Kung may kwarta siya. Pero she will wait after 2 years to become a regular member. Yes, sir, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Excuse me, hi.
Yeah.
Bisan kung magsibiyo ko 20,000, pero dapat ma-avail ka isang services. Pasabi, kay kung membro hindi mag-avail, maputin lang, hindi mag-avail. Sino abi, ano income makuha ta? Kung ay malong, wala siyang may mapaka sa store, wala siyang may baka
Okay,
katiket.
no? Dapat ma-avail gid siya ka services of the cooperative in order to become a regular member. After 2 years, hindi ka lang mag-put in sa imong capital, but you have to avail the services of the cooperative in order for you to become a regular member. Next is average monthly accumulated build up for the current year will be used in determining the highest financier. So dapat ang imong capital build up for the current year i-determine ina siya kung ikaw gid man ang pinakataas nga nag-build up sang capital, so you will avail the highest financier award pag nag-general assembly kita i-award ina sa imo. Average monthly accumulated build up for the current year will be based on determining the highest financier. Next is the savings enthusiast. He or she should be a co-op member in good standing. Ito bala na kung kita mix, no? Dapat co-op member ikaw with good standing. Must have the highest savings deposit for the current year. Ang imo abi nag-deposit last year, 500,000. Karon abi nga year 2022 nag